Hey guys, welcome back to Ebbs and Flows, where we talk about the highs and lows on and off the field. Today, joined by Curtis Scott. What's up, bro?
Hey mate, how you going?
Obviously, a big fight coming up. Let's just dive straight into it. Barry Hall. This is your second professional fight.
Yeah, third.
Third's professional. Why Barry Hall?
I got tipped up before the Joey fight. So the day of that fight, I think they're trying to get Gal back into the ring. So they told Joey about potentially calling out Gal. This is just whispers I've heard, and they told me Barry's keen to fight. And I met Barry the week before at a fight card at the Hoop Centre. It was a no-limit card. It was just a smaller show. I went up and introduced myself, and I just got chatting to him, and he said he's keen to jump back in the ring, and thought, well, if I win, I may as well call you out. If you're keen to get back in there, and I'm keen to stay active. It's the middle of the season. There's not many boys that are free to fight, so I called him out after. So
Yeah. So when you do call outs, and I've always been interested in this because there's a dramatic side to it, but there's a lot. You've just said that a lot of it's planned, isn't it?
Well, for me, like it was kind of the two things. I got told that he's wanting to get back in the ring and fight again, but when I met him the week before the fight, he said he's keen. He's been doing a bit of training, and he's keen to get back in. And he brought up trying to fight Gal or Sonny Bill again, and my ears pricked up a little bit. And I thought, if I get the win, you can fight me.
I love that. How was the Joey fight, bro? How was that whole experience? Because in all honesty, I thought Joey was going to win.
Yeah.
You come up and touched him up. What was the experience like?
That was pretty much a lot of people thought that. I'm a bit feel-13 back myself, actually. I checked the sports better, the odds, and they're playing out a bit. I think I was about $3 or $3.40 when I opened up, and I was pretty surprised, but I think everyone was just worried about the weight, and he had a bit of experience, but I grew up doing a little bit of boxing. I've always had that fight in me, always had a bit of mongrel in me, and I never shied away from a blue, so I backed my ability in that. So the whole experience, like I was training really hard. Boxing's given me purpose and kept me on the straight and narrow, keeps my head down, and I need that in my life. Otherwise, it's a slippery slope when you don't have anything to focus on. So, I just put everything into that camp, trained extremely hard, kept my circle really small, and we had a game plan, and I just stuck to that.
What's the difference between a boxing training camp and somewhere like, say, Melbourne pre-season?
Oh, it's just lonely. Like, it's a lonely sport. I've picked that up. I'm happy that my coach is a legend and we get on like a house on fire. So that helps a lot. But there's some days where it's just you and your coach in the gym, and you got to find that drive inside you to push yourself, because it's tough training. Like, it's hard. You go on and run, like I run 3 or 4 times a week, and I've got to run on my own or with my mate Brock, and it's pretty hard. You got to have a lot of drive and discipline to stick to it. So it's different. Like, I felt like the boxing was more rewarding after the fight. Like, all the work I put in with a team sport, you work hard with a team, and you have that that team culture. You got all the boys around you. You celebrate with all the boys and do all that. But I think just doing all the hard work on your own or with your coach, or maybe with 1 or 2 other guys that have been there through the whole camp, it's a completely different feeling to winning in a team, I feel.
Yeah, you're kind of surrounded by like a lot of people.
Yeah.
And even if you have a bad game and your team wins, it's kind of like all right. You know what I mean? It's not all right, but you feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Like if you fuck up once in the boxing ring, lights out, you're
that's
down.
It.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's what I mean. Like, if you don't have chance, like, there's no next week for boxing, you know what I mean? Like, you fight and it's on a win basis. If you lose, you kick to the curb, you know what I mean? Like,
records are important, aren't they?
Yeah. So you got to make sure you tick every box leading up to the fight, so when you get in there that you've done everything you need to do to get the win.
I've asked a few boys about this that have been in the boxing game, but what's the walkout like?
Yeah, I was nervous. I jumped into the deep end. Like, I went down. It was a sold-out show in Wollongong. The crowd was, the roof was nearly blown off the place. And I remember walking out to watch a bit of the prelims just to get a feel of the stadium. And, yeah, it's pretty nerve-wracking. I was looking around and, everyone was right into it all. And the walkout, like, it's kind of like a blur, you know what I mean? Like, I think like I'm going to walk out to this song. This song's going to pump me up and like strut out. But I was just fully focused and zeroed in and just thinking about what I need to do to win. And then you get in the ring and the ring's so bright, like it's just like bright as, and then you look like into the crowd, you can't see nothing.
Oh, you can't see anyone when
you can't really see unless you like look closely into the crowd, but like in the ring, all the lights are on. It's just like lit up like a Christmas tree.
Does the ring feel smaller or bigger when you get in there?
It felt big when I got in there.
Oh, okay, got you.
I was pretty happy because I seen Joey get into the ring and I was like, fuck.
Did it feel smaller when you got in there?
Yeah, I was like, he's a big man. And I come out looking like Mike Tyson. He's fucking jacked. And I'm like, I remember looking back in my corner and my mate's like, stay away early, stay away. So I had to focus on that. But once the fight started, the adrenaline kind of takes over and you fall back to what you learn in your training.
Mike Tyson's got that great quote, like everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And I've seen you play football, and when things happen, you've got a natural reaction to you and you lean towards sometimes violence. What's it like being in the ring trying to control that? Does it fall back onto your training, or when you get clipped in the face, it's just like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to keep swinging?
Oh, I've had to work with that. Like ever since I've been a kid, I've always been a bit fiery. It's helped me. It's probably got me where I've got to the highest just from having that inside me. I'm not too sure where it comes from, but I have that flick where I don't really back away. I kind of put everything into everything I do, and it drives me. Like I've never been the biggest, fastest, strongest person, but I don't know. I just got something inside me that pushes me and drives me. And in boxing, you can't lose your head. Like you think it sounds surprising, but I'm calm. I love it. I love it. Like it's not like I get punched in the head and I'm like see red. I'm calm. Like I love being in there. I love just the whole battle of like the fight. I just love like if someone does get me good, I'm like learn like fuck. I don't want to put my head there anymore. I don't want to rush in. I don't want to do that. So it's something that you got to work on. You got to find the balance of having aggression but using it in the right way.
Is it much like football where you can sort of waste all your energy in that sort of lead up towards it? Because like a lot of times in football, if you waste your energy early, you kind of got your team to look around and they set line speed and you go off them and you get a try, you get momentum, or sometimes you're under pressure. Like when you're on your own, it's such a different vibe, isn't it? Yeah,
so I learned that in my second fight. So I had a fight on a local card. I took it on a week's notice and I fought this Fijian guy, and I come out and I had in my head all week, I'm just going to knock this guy out in round one. So I went, the bell rang, I went out and I was just loading up on this guy and I was hitting him hard with some big shots and he wasn't going anywhere. And I was thinking, fuck, this guy's got a chin on him. I'm thinking I just stopped Joey in two, and if you look at Joey and you look at this guy, there's a big difference. And then you kind of just got to dig deep and push yourself, because you always have that in the background, like you can't quit. Like I don't have quit in me, I don't have quit. So like that starts to come out when you're tired and when you're fatigued and things aren't going to plan. So you just got to push yourself. Like that's just my mind's just push myself, don't give up and just keep going. Like that's it, because footy, you can front load all your energy in the first 20 minutes and your whole game can come off that first 20 minutes. Like you could have a line break, a try assist, and then you might not do anything for the rest of the game, but you look back at the film and that and you'd be like, oh, you had a good game. You had one try assist, one try, had a line break in the first 20 minutes. But then if you look at the last 20 minutes, you might just be cruising out in the centres and, just going through the motions because you got the game in the bag. With boxing, you can't switch off for a second, because if you do, can get clipped.
Actually, our first episode of the series this year was actually with Dylan Walker.
Oh, yeah,
and you just called him out like that day.
Yeah,
or like said
right.
his name. And I was like, what do you want to do? You want to call him out? He goes, yeah, fuck it, I'll call him out if the money was right. You probably passed that phase now when you're sort of fighting all the footballers. But I think the Barry Horstep is, I don't know boxing well enough, but I feel like it's a massive jump. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, well, he's fought Gallen and Sonny Bill, so they're the two, arguably the best crossover fighters. Sonny Bill's, I think, had over 10 fights. He's fought some world-class guys. I think he won a belt early in his boxing career, and everyone knows what Gal's done, you know what I mean? He's fought the best in Australia, and he went the distance. Barry went the distance with Paul, but I back my ability, you know what I mean? I love a challenge, and if I want to keep moving forward in this sport, these are the guys I have to beat to keep stepping up.
You're surprisingly bigger than I thought you'd be. Normally said this about you too. He goes, bro, he's a lot bigger than you think. But how much bigger is Barry Hall than you?
Oh, he's about 6'4" or 6'5".
Oh, so just a little bit.
But he looks
like
big.
Bad, eh? Yeah, he looks a lot
big.
bigger.
He looks big. We had a promo thing the other day, and we had to get dressed up in suits, and I was thinking, where's he keep all his size? And I got skinny legs myself. I got little legs, and I checked his suit pants. Suit pants are size 32, and I'm like, all right.
Oh, is he size 32?
Yeah, so around the waist. So I'm thinking,
yeah,
he's pretty similar to me in the leg department, but he's big up top. Like, he's a big man. You know what I mean? He's got them crazy eyes as well. So we did a lot of the stare off and that. He's got like them crazy, like kind of like the pit bull eyes, like the piercing. So
yeah, there's some dudes when you look them in the eyes, like, there's something missing up there, isn't there?
Yeah,
they're the ones you got to worry about.
Yeah.
How do you enjoy all the like theatrics of boxing? Because you football, especially coming from like a Melbourne system where like everyone was kind of the same at the time. They didn't really have Cheese and Munster who are a little bit leery, and you're told what to do, how to play, how to speak. What's it like going into this boxing world where you almost have to self-promote yourself and do things that are a little bit out of line in the best interest of the fight because it's going to make you more money? What's it been like moving into that space?
Yeah, well, that's been kind of hard for me because I'm a pretty respectful guy. Like keep my cards close to my chest. I don't really want to go out there and out. Like in the footy world, if you go out there and say, I'm the best centre in the comp, everyone go, shut up, mate, you're an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, chop you in half.
But boxing, you have to be like, I'm the best fighter. I'm the best. No one can beat me. And I'm just trying to move into that space of, being confident and be kind of outspoken. You know what I mean? Like, you look at the Conor McGregors and that, like he's great at it, and he's one of the highest paid athletes in the world. So yeah, it's difficult. Like, you get told to say things and you think, I don't really want to say that. So I kind of just hit him with the truth and just tell him what I'm going to do and what I'm thinking. Because if it doesn't come naturally, you sound more like a dickhead as well. So if you come out and you're jumping around the press conference with a fur coat on or whatever, they'll be like, mate, this isn't you. So it's got to kind of come across natural. So I'm just trying to find a happy medium in that.
Yeah, it would be hard too because obviously when you're on stage and you got people looking at you and guys are coming in with loaded questions from like journalists and stuff like that too. Yeah, it'd be hard to sort of find that balance. Just hang around Normie, man. He talks enough shit. He can teach you enough shit.
You always leave thinking, I should have said this, I should have said that. Like, it's just one of them things. You're like, oh, when he said this, I should have said that. But in the heat of the moment, you're like, oh. Like, me and Joey sat down and I don't know if you've seen it, we did that like across the table thing. It was awkward as like we're sitting like this, and then they're like, we just got to bag each other. We're sitting there. I was like, I don't know if I'm getting dumber just sitting here talking, but this isn't going anywhere. We're just going around in circles, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, I'm gonna knock you out. It's like, I'm gonna knock you out. It's like, fuck.
It's hard, eh? And like the balance is like when I'm thinking about it, just trying to put myself in your position, can't fight, but would love that theatric sides of it. Like, you'd almost want to tap into the personal side, but you can't go too far. Obviously you can't talk about family and shit. But you just got to go back and talk about old footy shit.
Yeah. That's what it was like. It was like, I was the best centre, and I was like, mate, we're here to fight. Like, it was hard. It was like awkward. Awkward. Then we get up and we shake hands. Like, good luck, mate. Have a good fight. I hope you're all the best.
Because a lot of people watch people play footy and then afterwards we shake hands and it isn't personal. It's just a physical game. But then I watch boxing and you guys punch each other in the head.
Yeah.
And then is it the same sort of vibe where like it's not actually personal, but if someone hit me in the head, I'd be like so angry for so long.
Yeah, well, like you got to. It's kind of like you got to hate. You got to like hate a guy for no reason. Like I've nothing against Barry at all, nothing at all. But I got to try and find a reason not to like him on the night to knock him out. You know what I mean? Like
You make that up in your head, or
it's not that. It's just I don't know. I found it harder I find it harder with Barry than with Joey because we have like a footy rivalry, all that stuff. Like, but then I know Joey as a bloke, like he's like always respectful to me. He's never disrespectful. Like he might be confident in ways, but you know. Like, I had nothing against Joey either, but with Barry, it's like, I don't even know this guy. I got nothing on him at all. Like, I used to watch the Swans as a kid, and I fucking liked him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love what he was about. I used to feed off his, like, it's probably not the best thing to say, but when I used to see his fights in the AFL, I used to think, oh, at least someone's having a go in this sport. Like, so I just was like, it was exciting, but now it's like, yeah, it's weird. It's a weird feeling.
yeah. Obviously, Simi, we all know Simi, but he was talking about first time his fight was against Justin Hodges, and he said the same thing. He's like, I grew up watching this dude and idolizing him, and he was talking mad shit too. He goes, when I'm getting this press conference, I'm going to talk that much shit. I'm going to blow the whole fight up, because Georgie Rose was saying like, this is your one chance, even if you can't fight. Make the start of the fight and the end of the fight heaps of fun.
Yeah.
And him and Hodges ended up going for like lunch like the day before, and Hodges buying him sandwiches, and Hodges had no clothes, so we gave him heaps of like YKTR clothes and shit like that. And he goes, he got me, man. He checked me in early. But it would be hard to fight someone. I guess I've never been in sport, but hard to fight someone that you don't really hate.
Yeah. Well,
you know what? He is getting in the way of your next phase of boxing.
Exactly. That's the way I look at it. I look at it like I'm taking steps forward, and he's someone I just got to take out. That's it. Like I'm trying to move forward. I don't have many other options. Like I'm not playing footy anymore. I train every day in boxing, and this is my shot. You know what I mean? So I just train extremely hard, and come fight night, I'm going to be ready. So and that's it. Like I've got goals bigger than this. This isn't about money for me. This isn't about fame. This is something that I really enjoy. This is something I want to take as far as I can. Like it isn't a hobby. This is my life now. So, I train every single day. Like I work extremely hard at this. I'm not going in there to take the piss and just do it for a trend or footy players crossover. Like I grew up doing bits and pieces of boxing as a kid and always loved the sport. So I take it very seriously. You know what I mean? I'm not coming into this like trying to make enemies, and I'm coming here to create a path for me to support my family and myself.
I love that, bro.
Yeah.
Do you miss footy?
Yeah, I do miss it. There's like times where I miss it, but I don't miss what comes with it. You know what I mean? All the shit that comes with it. Like look at my history. Like a lot of that stuff isn't even true, or it's just someone else's opinion, and I've got to wear it, and it's because I had a profile, and it gets spread everywhere and everything. It's like, that's the stuff I don't miss. Sometimes I wish I never played or even got involved in it.
Really?
But, yeah. But it's given me so much, but it's taken a far lot from me, from what it's given me.
So if someone come in with a contract tomorrow and go, would you sign it?
Probably. I probably would. Like, I love the game. Like, I love being around the environment. I've grown so much as a person. I'm not a kid anymore. I've grown up so much, and I've got a lot more responsibilities these days than I did as a young, naive kid coming into the system thinking this is going to last forever. When something gets taken away from you, like I wasted so much energy on the game, like trying to get back, working extremely hard and ticking all the right boxes, and I just feel like just roadblock after roadblock. And
do you feel like you're being blackballed a bit?
Yeah, I do. I feel like I've been hard done by, actually. I feel I'm not really happy with it at all. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that've done far worse things than me.
Oh, bro, way worse, bro.
And they get let back in. But even they get let a path back in. They get something to give them hope to get back in. I haven't got that. I haven't got that at all.
Did you have a theory or a reason why?
I do, but I don't want to get sued.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay,
I just feel like there's a bigger agenda apart from rugby league. Obviously, I had that police incident and went to court and I got cleared of all them allegations and charges. What happened when I fell asleep under the tree, and I don't think the police were too happy about that. So I'm not too sure, but it's got a lot of theories and stuff, but I don't know if this is the right place to get into them.
Yeah, it'd just be good to know. Hey,
yeah,
you know what I mean, just for peace of mind, bro. So,
but it's just like it just feels like there's a hidden agenda behind it because I ticked every box. I've done it, and I've done it on my own as well. I've done it as a 24-year-old. You know what I mean? I was in the middle of COVID when I got sacked from Canberra for the nightclub situation, and even for that, I got sacked before I went to court. I went to court and I got off on self-defense. So, pretty much you can't go out if someone puts it on you and does something to you. Like I can't react. I can't defend myself. That's the picture pretty much that I've taken from it because I went to court in the eyes of the law. What I did was, reasonable. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get charged with assault. I'm not saying it's right. I definitely could have handled it better, but I got sacked before I even had the opportunity to go to court and clear my name, and then I did clear my name, and it was too late. You know what I mean? I packed up my house, contract's gone.
Can you go back for like unfair dismissal or within law? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know.
Look, it's kind of if you've been in the court system and that as long as I have, it's kind of you don't want to deal with it anymore. Like it cost me an absolute fortune and gone through all the things I've had to go through, and it's tough. And I did that all as a kid. You know what I mean? I think I was 21 or 22 when the police thing happened in Moore Park, and then Canberra, and then I had allegations from when I was 18 years old, 19 years old. So, and then I had to go back and did everything I possibly could to clear my name there, and unfortunately, things didn't go to plan for me there, and I don't agree with the outcome on it, but I've got to live with that now. You know what I mean? I've got to accept it and move forward, which I have, and I just continue working on my goals and not giving up on myself, because I think a lot of people expect me to just give up. You know what I mean? Like people think, I don't know if it's an Australian tall poppy syndrome. Like if someone does something wrong, it's like, or they being perceived like they've done something wrong. It's everyone's like, well, why should he be allowed to box again? Well, why should he be able to do that? It's like, well, what do you want me to do? Fucking give up and go live under a rock somewhere and not chase a goal or a dream ever again? Like, but that's been all part of growing up, man. Like I've definitely done it the hard way, but I'm in a great spot now in my life, and go to sleep every night and keep my head up high, and I'm proud of myself, which is probably upsets a lot of people, but I just continue doing me and keep my circle small, and that's it.
I've heard you say you keep your circle small a couple of times. What does that mean to you? Like,
well, kind of in the football world, like you have a lot of people, but a lot of them aren't your mates. Like what I learned with footy, which I understand as well. Like everyone does their own thing, but like when you're in the shed, you think these guys like
we'll be best mates forever.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck, he's my brother. I love this guy. But like when footy dries up and it's all said and done, like I'm still mates with these people, but it's not like it used to be. So now I just focus on things that are really important, like my family, and that's it. Like I've got my small circle, people that care about me and want the best for me.
I always say that to the boys that play football. I was like when you're at your peak, like take away all your followers, all your money, what you do for a job, and like who would still pick up your phone? Who would still pick up the phone? Yeah, and like double down on those people while you're at the top, because like you said, bro, and you played in some really good sides and had a lot of success. Like there's a lot of attraction that comes to success, and they're not always good things, bro.
Yeah, so when I got sacked, like, when I went, like, literally from the penthouse to the shit house, like, it's just everyone gone, you know what I mean? I had my partner, had my family, and a handful of mates, you know what I mean? Like, on one hand. Like, that's it. And that's kind of what I've kept now, you know what I mean? I haven't, you know, now I'm back, you know, boxing now, and a lot of that stuff's coming back. I don't really fall into it, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, I don't fall into, or come do this, or come do that, or it's just, purely just focus on looking after people around me and doing my best for them.
So obviously you had a great success down in Melbourne. What was some of the best lessons you learned from that period, from obviously being within the system, and someone like Craig Bellamy?
Just the work ethic, it kind of suited me. I always really like worked hard, I always trained hard. It's like everything I did inside the stadium and inside training was great. It's kind of the stuff that outside of it that shot myself in the foot with. So yeah, you get rewarded for hard work down there. So if you're the hardest worker, you know, you're going to be playing first grade. You're going to be, you're going to be in the side week in, week out. If you're working hard and you're doing your job properly, there's no real politics or anything around it. It wasn't like, oh, this guy's on this much money, he needs to be playing every week. And that, like, I come in, I was about 83 kilos, freaking dripping wet, and Craig didn't give me anything. I had, you know, a lot of accolades in my school footy, and then I come down with a bit of a reputation like I can play, but I was built like a minute to 6. I wasn't big at all, and he just threw me in with everyone, and you know, it's sink or swim. You know what I mean? If you can't keep up, you just get, you know, kind of, yeah, you're not going to get picked. And I just worked hard and competed in everything and competed really hard, and Craig liked it. And round 2 of my first season there, I got picked. So I was 18, debut 18, and
crazy. Yeah,
I was playing Cameron Smith, Cooper Cronk. Unfortunately, Billy wasn't playing because
shoulder.
Yeah, his shoulder, and like.
You look like him a bit. Did you hear that before?
Never.
Maybe it's the hair. Yeah, I think you got the hair going.
The hair out, yeah. So,
obviously, you watch a lot of. Do you watch football and that stuff now, or just?
Yes and no. Like, if I hear that there's a good game, I might watch the highlights on the app, but I won't, like, on the NRL app, I won't tune in and watch a full game from start to finish.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even watch the Origin the other. Like, I watched a bit of the Origin. I seen the warm up, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't even know who these guys are." Like,
oh, so you don't watch I
didn't really. I was like, "Who's this guy? He's playing Origin." I was like, "Fuck, I've been out of the game for a while now. It hasn't been that long, but it feels like a long time." So, like, I remember playing. I was versing like Sam Thaiday and Darius Boyd and stuff like that. You think like when they retired, that feels like so long ago, and that's when I was playing. Because I was so young, and yeah.
It's weird. Like when I was looking at like your history, it's like playing at 18, but you're only like 26 now, eh?
Yeah.
So you can still be
right. I'm in my prime. That's the thing that probably eats me up right now. That's the thing. Yeah, eats me up. That's the main thing that eats me up. Like, I know I'm in my prime now. Like, if I was playing NRL now, I'd be an even better player than I was when I was 18 playing, and I was, you know, playing so well. That's the thing that eats me up the most. Where I'm like, I could be knocking on the door to play Origin, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
for sure, bro. 100%. Yeah, you're heading that way.
Yeah, so it's that's the frustrating thing where, you know, you go through stages where you're like, oh, I don't give a shit about football, fuck, I hate the game, whatever. But then you think, fuck, I'm in my prime, like, I'm fit, strong, healthy, you know what I mean? And that's the only thing that annoys me. And then you're playing park footy, like I play park footy. I'm not playing at the moment, obviously, for the fight, but just like I'm fucking wasting away out here, and you know, it's just this.
Normie said he loves playing off feet. He just gives you the ball early. You're just going bang, bang, bang.
It's great having him out there.
He's going, is this sweet?
He's good value. Off. Yeah, he's good value. I love playing out there with him. It's great.
Yeah, for sure, bro. What made you go to Canberra?
Yeah, I kind of just wanted to get closer to my family. A bit of a cop out though. Like they offered me a pretty good deal. I had a 4-year deal there, and I probably wasn't in the right frame of mind at the time of my life. I probably should have just moved back to Sydney. That's what I should have done. But
did you have options to come to Sydney?
I did. I did have an option to come to Sydney. It was a pretty good one, I think, as well. And I chose to go to Canberra. I thought, go to Canberra. It's quiet. And, I heard it's a really good, bunch of boys and that down there, and which it is. Like it's a really great playing group. All the boys are great in the team down there. Like some of my closest mates I've made from football down from Canberra. So yeah, kind of it was a money thing. It was a good deal, and
ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Yeah, taking the money. Yeah,
and obviously I think Melbourne were having some salary cap issues. I just come off a broken foot. I missed big chunk of the season. I think I played 8 or 9 games, and I was coming into a pretty big contract money wise, and probably wasn't in the best position, mentally. And I think they just. I didn't get the tap on the shoulder. It was kind of like, I want to get closer to my family. But, and then I got offered a good deal from Canberra, and I took it.
No, nothing wrong with that. Looking back in hindsight, would you change much of that? Or would you have to just take it?
Yeah, I would for sure.
Yeah.
I would for sure. Like, I would, yes and no. Like, you always think the grass is going to be greener. You know what I mean? Like, you always think, if I go there, the grass is going to be greener. But it isn't always the case. I probably should have, put some things into place. The season I got injured, and a few things leading up to that. I didn't really have the right people in my corner, and kind of fell off track and went down the rabbit hole.
What used to happen? Just get caught up in benders, or just love a beer, or what?
Not so much that. I just had the wrong people around me at the time. You know what I mean? And it kind of just I was just battling down there at a time when I kind of needed someone to put their arm around me and say, "Come on, mate, like got your back," or whatever, or someone like that. I kind of needed that because my early years in Canberra, I had in Melbourne, I had Cooper Cronk. He really took me under his wing and helped me out, and then he went to the Roosters, and I kind of didn't have much stability down there, and I was living with the Cheese, Scotty Drinkwater, and Nico Hines, and a few other boys who would come down from Queensland Cup and that. So it was a pretty rowdy crew. They're all my good mates still today, and I kind of just wasn't in the best frame of mind. Like I went through an injury. I wasn't really used to having injuries. Just battled.
Did I spent a lot of time in rehab when I played football, and that feels super lonely. Did those rehab sessions set you up for your boxing? Because it feels like that.
I guess so. Like I'm just so much mentally stronger these days. Like I'm just more locked in and focused on what I need to do and what I have to do to get to where I need to go.
Yeah.
So
have you had any mental coach or training, or has it all just been
I've just learned the hard way, bro. This doesn't work. This works.
Yeah,
Don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that. I kind of bro. I just test myself. I just treat it as like a game in my head. I'm like, I fucking think, righto, the world's against me. Fuck the world. Then I'll fucking show them. That's like I just make up scenarios in my head like that to push me through whatever I need to get through.
Yeah.
Like. This is a test. Like everyone's testing you. But back when I was younger, I'd be like, fucking fuck this. This is so hard, and fucking play like a victim. You know what I mean? I'd be like, this is tough. Like I should be playing first grade. I fucking shouldn't be injured. But now I'm like, oh fuck, this is a test. Like this guy wants to knock me out. Like this is a test. Or I just make up something in my head, like it's not normal, not normal where people should think.
When we're talking about UFC fighters attacked, I think you might fit into that mold, bro. I feel like there's more pressure on kids now more than ever, and I'm sure there's another kid that's exactly like you. How should they deal with pressure? Being through what you've been through and looking back on hindsight,
I think there should be like a mentor structure thing put in. If you're talking about football players, there should be mentor mentors, because people say like go speak to a psychologist or that, but psychologists haven't been in our shoes. You know what I mean? Like they haven't done what we've done or come from where we've come from or done any of that. Like they learn a lot of the stuff from a book. I'm not saying every psychologist is the same, but I'm saying majority. I felt like when I've spoken to them in the past where I don't get anything out of it. I thought when I was having my best years, I had good people around me that have been there, done it, that you can lean on, that you respect and look up to. So that's kind of what I think
you'd love to see implemented.
Yeah,
within the game.
yeah. Like I'm sure there's a lot of clubs that do it where they have mentors through, but then unspoken mentors. Like I had Will Chambers looking after me when I was down there, and Cooper Cronk, and these guys are like I idolised and love watching growing up, and then had like Cooper invited me over to his house to have dinner, and I was like, just felt safe and wanted and felt good. Like I grew up in a small town, small family, we're all tight as, and I moved to Melbourne when I was 17 years old, and I was living in a big city.
Melbourne's its own world too,
yeah,
isn't it?
Massive city, like walk around in thongs in a singlet, it's like 16 degrees. Fucking, I'm like thinking I'm still back at home, like standing out like dog balls, like I fucking have no idea what to do. I'm used to having my family around, having my brother with me, or my brother can help me through everything. Like I didn't have that, and that's what I struggle with the most. So I don't know. I just think clubs. I think from what I've been in, I haven't played for coming up 3 seasons now. I think a lot's changed. Like I think a lot of the young kids now are really focused on, they don't drink, they don't go out after games, and
they
that
don't, bro.
It's
a
which
big
is good to
change,
see. Like.
Yeah.
When I was coming in, like it was like have a beer, mate. Like after the game, and then you'd be like, "Fuck, he's asking me to have a beer." I'm like, "I fucking know if I have a beer with you, I have like, you know what I mean." And then one thing's lead to the other. You're on good money. You're probably not as disciplined as you should be. You think rugby league is going to last forever. You think like
you can hide in Melbourne a bit too.
Yeah, you can get away with it in Melbourne as well. Like fuck, you can get away with heaps down there. Like no one knows who you are. Like especially me, I had no idea. And and then if you turn up and train well, no one knows, you know what I mean? But
it's almost a badge of honour.
Yeah.
In football, like if you're hungover and you can train, and normally always said that about him.
Yeah.
Where like then it starts getting spread around NRL.
Yeah.
And you kind of feel like you have to live up to that
sort
of expectation. Like, oh, he's a party boy that can back it up.
Yeah. Well, it was a bit like that. But like if I could go back and do it all again, like I wouldn't have social media. I wouldn't drink. I wouldn't. It's not. You just be purely focused on footy. What you need to do, because at the time when you're there, you think like I can get away with this. I can do this. I can do that. I'm still playing well. I'm still doing this well. I'm still doing that well. I train hard. Like why can't I have a beer? But when it gets taken away from you, which it has for me, like you start to think, I should have done this, I should have done that a bit better, you know what I mean?
Is there anywhere in your mind that you feel like you can get back into football? Like, is it playing like a higher grade than you guys are playing right now? Or like a club just offering you a training trial, putting your hand up?
Like I did get offered a contract for this season, and then I went to the NRL with my application, and it was just a word agreement, like if the NRL clear you to play, we'll sign you. And then the club didn't want to stick their neck out and say, we're going to sign Curtis Scott because you're going to get bad press. It was always that opinion of, oh, good, you're going to give him a chance. And there's always, no, he should never play again. He should never do this again. Based off, things that I don't agree with. But anyway, it's like...
And they never signed off on it?
Well, because they didn't want to stick their neck out and get bad press.
Okay, got you.
They didn't want to put their neck out, and then the NRL turn around and say no. And then the NRL just use, well, we don't have an official contract, then we can't take this application serious. So it's like, they use that as a bit of a cop-out, and it's like, well, what do I have to do for you to clear me? And then it's like, we'll get an official contract forward to us, and then we can consider it and take the steps to get you back in. But then it's like, well, no club's going to go, well, I don't want to stick our neck out if he's 100% not going to come, if the NRL can turn around and say no.
Yeah. Oh, you're just in a little cycle, eh? Fuck, that must be annoying, bro.
Yeah, and it's like I've done everything under this. Like you can imagine, like I don't drink, I don't go out, I don't do nothing. Done AA, done everything. Like for myself, it's not. They didn't ask me to do any of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like I've done all this on my own. Like the NRL didn't give me a plan and steps to come
I
back.
feel like they normally do, don't they? Is there,
Well, what I've heard, like I don't want to speak out of school, but you know, I think that Dragons player down in Dragon that he got terminated. I think he has a plan to come back, which is which I didn't get. But I could be wrong. I'm not too sure. It's just from what I've heard.
yeah. Fuck, I might have a chat to you after. Hey, Nino,
Well, that's what I
on?
mean. Like
Yeah.
the RL player, like I'm filthy with them. They talk about looking after the player. I don't feel like they've looked after me at all. Like at all. Like,
That's good to know, bro.
yeah, I think they just, you know, they work for the NRL at the end of the day. Like that's who they're employed by. So
I don't think they are actually employed by them,
No.
but I can understand like where the frustration is.
yeah, well,
Because that is their job, isn't
Yeah.
it? Look after players.
I didn't hear from anyone
Yeah.
really. Like, not really. I didn't really like. I tried to reach out started this year, last season, and it's just like, oh well.
And no one's got back to you.
Nah, they've gone back to it. It's just like it's just like no, well, like you don't have a contract or you don't have this, and it's just like
Yeah, okay.
just going around in circles, and then
Yeah.
I could just get frustrated. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Imagine if this is a
then
podcast
it's-
that starts the cycle, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
it's just like you see
Can we
other
clip this up?
players.
Can we clip this up? Yeah.
you see other players. Like I don't want to. Like, I know everyone. I see both sides of everything all the time. Like
That's a good way to look at
like
it. Yeah.
I see. Like I don't want to like see Michael Jennings, for example. He's back playing. That's great. That's great for him. It's great for his family. It's great for himself. I couldn't imagine the time that he's had away from the game, and he had to go through a lot of things. And
You could imagine that you've done it.
yeah, that's what I mean. I'm doing it now, and then to see, I don't know anything about his stuff. Like you read the stuff online and in the thing, and I've been in his position. He's probably thinking this didn't happen. This isn't true, or I don't know. Has something around it, but it's like it's watching him play. It's like, well, why can't I play?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the frustrating thing, seeing stuff like that. Like there's no consistency in it. There's no consistency at all. And we lodged our applications at the same time. And I thought if he's going to get the tick of the green, that I thought I was going to get the tick of the green. But I think he might have had the backing of the club that he went to. And, I think there's a lot of moving pieces behind the scenes that get people over the line.
Bro, I know for a fact Normie looks at this, and I'm going to ask you the same question. You ever look at other centers that are playing right now and think, fuck, I could bust this dude?
But I looked at the Origin team and I thought I would have been close.
Yeah.
If I was playing well, I reckon I would have been close. Like that's where I'm.
Is that where the mentality is at?
I just think like, fuck. I regret a lot of things, and it's frustrating now. 'Cause I put myself in these positions, and I've gone through it. Like people will talk about punishments. Like I fucking lost everything, man, everything. You know what I mean? Like it's like I've been hit by the law, I've been hit by the media, I've been hit financially. Like my whole life was rugby league. You know what I mean? Like from 14 years old, all I cared about was playing NRL. That's it. Like from 4 years old, I dreamt of being an NRL player, and that's what all my energy went into. Like I trained harder than anyone, bro, to get to where I got to. Like if you ask me, it's 14. If you ask anyone that knew me at 14, if I would play first grade, they'd laugh in your face and be like, "There's no way this kid's gonna play first grade."
I remember you done the bloke interview and you sort of said, like, I just got picked because I kept turning up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember you done that like years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and then some of the things that's happened in my life, like I put myself in that position. Like that's the thing. I've done it. I put myself there, but I feel like I've paid the ultimate price. You know what I mean? Like you go from earning X amount of dollars, and then you're like scratching around, thinking like I never used to look at what fuel prices were. I never used to look at fuel prices when I was playing NRL. I go to any servo, fill my car up to the top. Now it's like $2.20. Might go to Padstow, $1.80 over there.
Yeah, we've all been there.
That's what it's like.
Yeah.
And that's just the top of the iceberg, bro. The stuff that, you know, I deal with now and have to, you know, it's tough, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough. Like, you go from playing NRL and then you're working, like, you had all these things and you could cover the cost and all that stuff, you know what I mean? And now it's like, fuck, like, what do I do? You know what I mean? You feel like going, like, you feel like giving up, you know what I mean? But I don't give up. I just keep trying to do my best.
That ain't you, bro. What'd you learn in AA?
Oh, yeah, it's good. That probably helped me the most, AA, I reckon. AA had, like, a great mentor that, you know, really, really, you know, helped me through that period, because this is when I got sacked. So what my cycle was, like, I would kind of, like, self-sabotage a bit, and, like, if nothing was going well in my life, I'd be like, oh, fuck, I'll just have a beer. I'll feel good for, you know, 4 or 5 hours, however I'm drinking for. Sometimes 6, sometimes 3 days.
Sometimes a couple of days, yeah.
A long time ago, but yeah, it's like, I would drink to feel good, and then it'd be like, fuck, and then you just fall into that cycle. Like, when I lived in Canberra, I thought, I don't want to go out and have a beer. I'll build a bar in my garage and get a beer keg in my garage, so then I'll just eliminate any risk of me getting in any kind of strife. And one of the few times I go out, I end up getting, but I just end up going down and having beers in my garage, and that's what I'd turn to. So I didn't really have anyone around me. It was the middle of COVID. Everyone was battling away with all the restrictions and that. Like, you couldn't even go for a walk down the street and do stuff like that. So I'd just have a beer and try and feel good that way.
It's a lonely place, isn't
yeah,
it?
like, just fucking on my own. You know what I mean? Like, you sit there having a beer on your own, and it's like, yeah, it wasn't great.
So,
but,
sorry. Oh, sorry.
No, I go, but yeah, AA, like, you just, I'm not an alcoholic, you know what I mean? I'm not an alcoholic. Like, I'm not someone that wakes up and has it on their Weet-Bix in the morning. Like, I don't need to turn to, you know, drinking every day, you know what I mean? But people get mixed up what an alcoholic is, I think. Like, it's not someone that's on a park bench drinking every day. It's someone that can have, like, I couldn't have 3 beers and go, oh, I'm going to go home now and put the slippers on and go to bed. Like, if I had 3, it's like, one's too many, and then
a thousand's not enough.
Thousands not enough. That's how I would fall into it. Like, or I would, you just put yourself in positions where, you know, I didn't think about the consequences as well.
When was the last time you had a beer?
Oh man, I haven't drank. I drank once this year. Yeah, that's it.
Did you feel yuck afterwards, or was there a weird feeling after?
Yeah. It's kind of like, it's like, why bother these days? You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I went through a 3-month period at the start of this year where I didn't touch alcohol. Like, mentally, like, everything just felt better. Like, you get like a little bit bored in those first couple of weekends, because that's how you associate your life with like alcohol and going out and the boys. Yeah. But then once you get past that little boring phase, you actually feel good all the time, and you don't want to.
You find different hobbies, eh? You find different hobbies that, like, help you. That's what I found. What I found, like, I did lose a lot of, like, mates at the time, which I'd party with or whatever. But you got to think, like, they didn't want the best for you at the time. You know what I mean? Like, they wanted someone to have a beer with, so it didn't really matter. Like, oh, I'll go have a beer. They didn't think, oh, fuck, he's got to go to training the next day, or he's got to do this. They're like, oh, fuck, we'll go here. You're right to shout, whatever. Like that type of thing. Yeah, like.
They say sort of people learn martial arts so they don't have to fight, or like fighting so they don't have to fight. You're in a position now where you're a professional boxer. If that circumstance happens again, when someone comes up to you in a bar or on the street and they want to fight you, how are you reacting now? Are you going against everything that you've done as a kid?
Got skills now, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Though
I don't even put myself in that position, man.
Okay, got you.
I don't even dip a toe in it.
Is it hard to walk away from a scenario like that for you? Because I could walk away easy.
Yeah,
like, I can't fight.
Like, I'm always gonna have, like, if they cross a line, like it's on. Like I'm not like it's it. Like if the line they cross that line, like if someone that just like if someone's having words to me or whatever, I can say whatever, mate. Like
yeah.
But if someone does something to someone that I care about a lot, and some family or anything like that, then I'm willing to cross that line. But like if I went out to a club or whatever, like I could easily just walk away from it. Like there's always that line where you'd be the same, everyone's the same. Like if they cross that line where you would stick up for your family, or what you stick up for your morals, you know what I mean? You stick up for what you stand for, you know what I mean? So I mean, like I'm not gonna let someone just walk up and punch me in the head or whatever like that. You know what I mean? Like got in a footy fight out in Thelmy. Guy tried to pull my eye out. That crossed the line. That crossed the line for me. You can palm me in the face. You can elbow me in the face. Finger in the eye. Yeah. That's crossed the line, brother. You're getting a couple of knuckle sandwiches.
Eyes biting.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Yeah.
Those are the main ones.
Yeah. That's it. That's an example for me. Like, I don't care if someone elbows me in the head or the crowd's giving it to me all game. Like, it's like, I'll be filthy, but I'm not going to lash out. You know what I mean? But
I watched a video. And it was from the crowd out
there,
and it was like they were basically like pretty racist towards all the Islander boys. It must be crazy out there.
Oh man, it's ruthless. Like they love their footy so much out there. You know what I mean? Like it's a credit to the comp. Like it's a tough comp for park football. Like they draw. Like we versus Picton, and it feels like there's 20,000 people there, but there's probably like, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 cars all parked around the field.
That's cool.
Yeah, and like it's cool for Picton. Yeah. They rip into us. That's like the derby. That's like the derby match. So, it's a good tough comp out there, but it's pretty ruthless in the crowds and what things get said sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I was playing with the Ferg out there, and I was happy that he was playing with me because he took a fair bit of heat off me. Like
put him on the wing. You're at
give it to him a bit more than me, and then he left, and I was like, "Fuck,
it's all on me now."
Cop it all.
No, that is. It's kind of sad, but it's good that they love their footy.
Yeah.
I was laughing when me and Norms were over in Bali a couple of weeks ago. He goes, "No, I'm flying back. We're playing like the best team in the comp." Like, they need me. Got 50 put on them.
I felt so bad. I messaged him. I said, "Hey, bro, I'm sorry I can't play." I said, "I'll be back after the fight." I said, "Sorry, bro, you fucking come back from France playing there, you get 50 put on you."
I was like, "What 50? How are you getting 50 put on you?"
Oh, no,
I had 1,000 excuses, man.
Injuries, man. I like the ref.
All right, brother. I just want to say thanks for jumping on. Obviously, great to meet you. I heard a lot about you. I really enjoy interviewing people like you, where there's a public perception of you, and sitting down and getting to know you. Champion, bro. So I wish you all the best.
Thanks, mate.
For the boxing.
Cheers,
hopefully, see you back on the footy field one day. That'll be the one.
Hopefully, mate. Thank you.
Thanks,
Cheers, brother.